Good evening and welcome to our live crafting this evening. My name is Jenny McCormack. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and that's here in the UK. A warm welcome to you, although the weather is not as warm this evening. Having had a lovely week last week, we're definitely returned to a level of winter, it feels like. But never mind, we'll persevere and get there in the end. It is Thursday, the 23rd of May, 2024. And our stamp set that I have chosen for this week is called Attention Shoppers, as you can see from there. And it has some fun images and stamps, sentiments even, they're all stamps. There is a coordinating set of dies, but I've just purchased the stamp set on its own. The dies themselves obviously cut out these images, and they also cut out a different trolley. It's very similar but slightly, it's just a 3D trolley, rather than having to stamp and then cut that out with all these elements here. So this can be found in the annual catalogue, and I've just been really busy this week. So this was the card that I made on Monday in our live crafting session, and we had coffee and card on Tuesday. I didn't finish my card. I got as far as stamping this base, which is the little birthday cake, and I did some paper piecing like I did with this one. So I stamped this element onto the striped in colour paper and then cut those elements out. I'm just going to pop these little pieces out while I remember. There we go, there's another one there. So I did this one, but I didn't finish the card off. We just got a little bit busy and carried away on Tuesday. So that's a cute little cake. So in the stamp set we have the flower pot with the flower, the plant pot with the plant rather. We have the bottle, a cake, the little bag of, well, it's got tissue paper so it could have anything in it, and then we have obviously the flowers that I used. Today I'm going to use the shopping trolley as well, and I'm not going to mask anything off, but I am going to just stamp those elements. So let me get cracking. I hope you've had a good week so far. I know it's only Thursday, but we do have a little bit of time left this week. So let me make sure I'm in the right place. Seems to be I am. That is always good. Okay, so I've got two bases that I happen to have already die cut, so I was just going to use those, and these are from the Scallop Contours dies, which I have a sneaking suspicion have now retired. But I will just check that. And I'm going to stamp the trolley and some of the goodies in the trolley. So because the trolley in real life is actually see-through, I'm not going to do any masking of the trolley. So I'm going to stamp that and then stamp the elements to go within that. I'm going to use Early Espresso. So let's get that started. Grab a few blocks. I did a good job of cleaning and tidying my craft room. I think it was only yesterday. It was only yesterday. So it's a pleasure to be in here at the minute. It never stays like that for long though, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm not sure which one this is going to fit on better. Let's have a look. Obviously I need the wheels to be at the bottom, and then yeah, I think that will work. So I'm going to try the small one first, and I just need to see this for the position really. I stamped it out on Monday. Let's get that one out here so I could see roughly where I positioned it. So let's pop the wheels down first. There's a tiny circle from that die cut. So let's just clean that and start that again. So I hope you are well. If you're watching live, do say hi. It's lovely to know who's watching with us. Hi Caroline. Oh, bless you, Teresa. It's good to have you join us live this evening. I know things just get busy, don't they, one way and another. But the good news is you can always catch up. So I'm not exactly sure where this is going to be positioned, so let's just give it a go. Hopefully that is also in the right place on the screen for you to see it. That's the main thing. And let's put the trolley on next. I guess you could do these in different colours as well if you wanted to, or you could use the 3D element of that. So I don't know if that should be straight or at a bit of an angle. Let's put it there. See what it looks like. Okay, that is fine. Happy with that. So I'm going to stamp the elements that are going to be in my shopping cart, and let's see what I haven't used. I haven't used the bottles and I haven't used the bag, so I'm thinking, gosh, that bottle looks big in there, doesn't it? I'll put a couple of bottles in there. I might do one and then mask it. So let me grab a small post-it note, would be useful. Let me just get that. Go. Then I can have a couple of bottles. Let's find where the sticky bit of that is. Okay. Obviously, if you have the dies, you can use those. I'm just cutting it out. I'm going to cut out two actually at the same time. So let's stick those together. And you just need to stamp once and then cut them out on 2 layers of post-it notes. That's the quickest way. Alternatively, you could stamp twice and cut 2 lots out. I'm all for making life simpler. Go like that. So just cutting around that, making sure I'm cutting on the bottle or slightly inside of it, like so. So I'm thinking, and this is quite useful for seeing what will fit as well, if I can separate these two, is I could have 1, 2, 3 bottles like that, sort of overlapping, and then hopefully it might have to be the flowers or the pot plant. I'll see. I could just do 2, 1, 2, and then maybe the bag here. Okay, let's give it a go. So I'm going to stamp the one that I want in the front first, which is going to be this one here. So just move those out of the way. And I think I'm going to stamp that in something like cherry cobbler. It's going to be some red wine, I've decided. Could do it in different colours, I suppose. Could do an espresso and a cherry and then colour them in accordingly. Okay, make sure that's dry. Just put my thumb in the ink like you do. Dear me. Okay, so let's have this one straight, like so, and then I'm going to cover that one up, like so, and have one like that to the right. I suppose I could do them as all bottles, couldn't I? Let's do another one here. Like that. Okay. 2, 3. So those are going to be coloured in. And let's see what space we have left. I'm thinking certainly the plant pot would fit. Hi Trudy. That would certainly fit, wouldn't it? I don't think the other one will. So let's cover that wine bottle up again. And pop that one out of the way. So you can have great fun. I think these images work. You could simply just stamp one of these images and cut it out and put it onto some background. Would make a nice set of small cards, wouldn't it, I think. Okay, so let's put that one on there. Alright. Okay, give a go colouring that in and see what that looks like. Let's do the plant pot first. I've got dark soft suede, which I'm going to use for the pot here. So you could use, this could be any colour pot, couldn't it, of course. Let's see what I've got to go with that. I've got a light crumb cake. Give it a little bit of shading. Let's add some greenery. I have no idea what plant this is. But these are great images to colour because they're not too big and they're not too detailed, so you don't have to worry about a great amount of shading. Okay, so there's our plant pot. Now we'll do our wine bottles. Alright, let's see what I've got. I've got cherry cobbler. So I've got dark and a light. This is the light, this is the dark. So I'm going to leave the labels. So I'm just using the dark on the left and the right. And then I'll use the lighter one. So there's that one. And it's got an element of shading in it already, this bottle. That. I think I'm going to have green, well, depends on whether you want corks or screw top bottles. Okay, that is my dark cherry cobbler. Hello Valerie, and hi Trudy, thanks for joining us, as I said. So just adding that in and just blending those together. And because obviously the shopping trolley is see-through, I haven't had to worry about layering that up. Technically you could stamp these elements first and then stamp the trolley, but then you need to know it's going to fit, so I wasn't too worried about that. There we go. That's our bottles. Let's see what I've got. I've got pumpkin pie, which might do for our lids, as sort of being sort of goldish coloured. Obviously you could have red and white and rosy, you could have one of each, couldn't you? I've just chosen to do mine all the same. And let's have, oh, rather well used end. This is dark daffodil delight. Actually, I'm going to go green. So this is light old olive. So it's a different green to the foliage that I've done. So that's the label. Edge. And I think just something very light. So this is like crumb cake. I think that's probably all I need. So just doing a little line on the left hand side. I'll lift it up to the screen a second so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. So there's our bottles and our plant in there. Just wondering whether to put anything else behind it, but I don't think there's much room on that. Okay, I could put the flowers behind, but then I've got to cut all of that out, so I'm going to leave that as it is. However, I want to use this because I haven't used this one, so I'm just going to try one other thing. Let's move these out of the way for the minute. So let's have that trolley back. Okay, got early espresso, and I've put the wheels of the trolley down. There they are. I was too good and I put them away. That doesn't happen very often. Okay. So I'm thinking I could either do a line of trolleys, so one there, and one there. That's what I'm thinking. All filled with bottles. So let's just give it a go. I'm going to mask off these edges because I don't want to stamp over the decorated edges. So I'm just going to put one on each side like so. Okay, and I'm going to have to do the wheels and the trolley, so what I'm going to do is start with the wheels and have those central like that. I'm hoping you can see that okay. Yes, it's at a bit of a jaunty angle, isn't it? That's just that sort of jaunty angle. Okay. Right, now I need the trolley on top of that. That's that. And now I've got that position, I'm going to pop another trolley on here. Like that. And one here. Go. And now for the wheels. That's that one. Oops. Got a bit over inked there. And then on there. Okay, so I've got a line of trolleys that are going to be filled with bottles. Now I may not do all of the colouring in, while I'm here. I just want to see whether this will work. Do I want it all bottles? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to stamp one in the middle, like so. Find my little mask. Here it is. Cover that one up. This one. Let's add the other here. Like so. Then I can put another one to the left. And then cover that one up and put another one in. So make a great card for somebody who enjoys a drink, shall we say. You could in fact put a few more behind if you wanted to. So for example, I could add another one here. Just being careful to make sure that it's masked off. So let's put another one. Let's go mad, shall we? Let's put another one here. Just watching out for that ink I've got on the block on the right hand side. Okay. Right. Let's cover this one up, and actually this one and this one. And I'm going to have this one at an angle. So just take your time when you're doing the masking, just to work out which areas need to be masked off for each one. If in doubt, have an extra mask and cut another one off. Let's have this one low, like so. So I'll take those away. We've got literally a trolley full of bottles. Like so. I could have bottles in all of them, or I could have maybe some cakes in that one. Let's try that. So let's grab the cake. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's flowers. Yeah, I think that will work. I'm just sticking to this one colour for the minute, which is espresso. Like so. And it only needs to be probably the left hand side of this. So I'm just cutting around it. I put it on the sticky part, hopefully, of the post-it note. So what I'm going to do is put one there and then have one. Maybe I'll have one going off actually and one there. So let's stamp the one to the right first. So, and then I've got the edge here. And another one. Remembering to put that on first. Although technically, of course, the cake wouldn't be lit with candles in the basket, but there we are. So I've got bottles, I've got the cake, and then I could do, I'm thinking, I really want to use this one, so let's pop that in there as well, which is the bag with whatever inside it. So let's put one here. Yeah, just going to put it at an angle, I think. There we go. Okay. Looks a bit chaotic at the minute, but hopefully it won't in a minute. So I'm going to do let's say I'll have a rosé. What have I got here? Light flirty flamingos a bit. Well, that's sort of, it'll do. So I'm going to have some rosé here. How many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I could have 3 of each, couldn't I? Now these could be wine bottles, but I think they could also be beer bottles or drinks bottles. Champagne, they could be, couldn't they? So let's have all of these the same here. One, 2, 3. Like so. 1, 2, 3. Let's have, I want a very light green, so I wonder if I've got softy foam. That would work for a what would be a white wine in a bottle. Yeah, I think that will do. One, 2, 3. Just going to grab the dark as well. That's my labels. Okay, if I lift it up so you can see that. Reminds me of the time when everybody used to go to French supermarkets and things. When we had duty free. Goodness, those were the days. We used to get on the ferry and go all the way over, went to the supermarket and then got back on the ferry after lunch. Okay, these are a little bit bright pink, so I'm actually going to use my colour lifter to take a little bit of that out. So there's my colour lifter, which just seems to have got everywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit at a time. The secret of this is not to absolutely soak it, because all that will happen is it will soak further into the card and take some of the other colour with it. Whereas what this does, if you just apply a little bit, is it bleaches that section out. I'm not sure whether you can see that here on these panels there. Whether the light's good enough for that. So just apply a little bit and let it take effect. Okay, let's add the cherry cobbler then. So that one there, and at the bottom on the right. There we go. I'm using the bullet tip. That tends to be my preferred tip all the time. Just because I feel I have more control over it. Okay, that one there. But you can use the other, especially if you've got a brand new pen, you can use the other one if you've got a nice sharp point. Right, just looking for light cherry cobbler. Which I had. There we go. So just filling in those little gaps like that. Do nicely. I'm going to think about what colour the labels are going to be, and this time I'm going to use, I want a sort of goldy colour. I've got cinnamon cider. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And then this way there could be corks or tops. I guess they could have different coloured tops anyway, couldn't they? So just doing those really quickly. Okay, so there's our bottles. And I quite like that light old olive for the labels. So I'm just going to do these all the same. That one. Tiny bit in there. That one, and there. Okay, So those are all our bottles. So this is light crumb cake just on the edge of these labels, so they're not all white. Okay, right, that's those. And then I've got my packet here. Let's have got light peach pie for that little bag here. So do this as quick as I can. There we are. I've got a little bit of dark peach pie to put on the edges here. So, I'll do the handles in the same colour. And then we've got some tissue paper here. So I just need to decide what colour that needs to be. And then finally I've got our cakes. It's going to be lemon cake, I've decided. So this is lemon lolly. I've got light lemon lolly for this one here. So just working out which bit is cake and which bit is trolley. There's that one there. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then this one is going to be a pale pink. Light bubble bath. There we go. This could be pink and yellow, and the other one yellow and pink. So if you're watching on replay, you can fast forward all this colouring for sure. Okay, cakes, bottles, and then our present here. I haven't got any blue in there, so let's grab palish blue, it says. Okay, this is an old one. This is like Seaside Spray, but it's very similar to Balmy Blue. So let's just use a little bit of that here. And then we are done. There we go. That's a little bit of fun, isn't it? Okay, so let's put a bit of grounding for these trolleys here. Like that. And then decide what to put that onto. Hi Annabelle! Let me see, I have got some patterned cards here. Just see if there's anything that would go with these. It's a bit much. These are some new cards. Oh, that's a bit funky, isn't it? Quite like it with that. Like a plaid. And they've got coordinating envelopes as well. Like so. So what I like about these is that they are white inside. But I think that sort of works. A little bit of fun. It doesn't match exactly, picks out the green a little bit. So let's lie that down. Finally got refills for my seal here. I kept forgetting to reorder them. Like that. This one is going to go on. See if I've got something. A cherry cobbler or a green would work really nicely. If I haven't got one here, I'll cut one out quickly. I have got Blackberry Bliss, which does work. Let me just try it with cherry cobbler behind. See if that looks better. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Okay, let me cut one ready. Right, how nice to be able to reach everything because I did my tidy up. So I'm cutting this in half, 14.85 to start with, so I've got another card ready. And then I'll cut this to 10 centimetres. By 14.35. Now I could actually stamp some of those wine bottles over the back as well if I wanted to. Let's just see. And I'll just put hello or something on there. Let's layer that up. You could put this up with dimensionals if you wanted to. I've taken up enough of your time. I'm going to put some wine bottles on the back, you know. So you could stamp them in cherry cobbler. I'm going to stamp them in early espresso. Although I could do. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. I'm going to stamp these in the middle because this is going to be covered up. Oh yes, that will work. Let's put a piece of paper underneath. Have these bottles going off the edges, like so. Oops, missed one. So I can get that one back. Alright, no, I'm going to turn it over. Right, start again. More hasteless speed, let's do it properly. So with the wine bottles, the plants, the presents, the cake, the plant pot, really this is suitable for anybody. Maybe not a youngster with the wine bottles, but any age really, men, women, whatever, it would work for, I think. There we go. And you could also put anything in the trolley, couldn't you? So if you had other stamp sets with elements in that were relevant to the person, you could even put, you know, cats and dogs in there, couldn't you, if you wanted to. Okay, let's leave that there for a second. Right, so that's my backing. Here's my card going to go on top. Like so. And doesn't really work. Maybe if I've got a small for you, or just for you, and then happy birthday on the inside. I think that would probably work. Let me find my card. So this is our coffee and card design for this week. I've buried the card. There we go, that will work. So we had great fun with it on Tuesday, and I expect great things from everybody tomorrow. So just centralising that on there. And then let's grab this one here. I wonder if the small happy birthday will fit. Let's see what else we've got on that. Just for you. It's a bit big for that one. Happy birthday. Let's see if that will fit. It will certainly fit there, but it feels a bit small for that. And that's a little bit tight. I think I'd be better with a strip of card. Let me find a piece. Okay, Let's try that one first. Let's clean this off a little bit. I'm going to stamp that one in espresso. That's that nice dark brown. Like so. Ooh. Would work in the middle actually, wouldn't it? Except it's covering up all my bottles. Don't really want to cover that all up. That would work there, wouldn't it? Undecided about that. Right, let's go for it. So I'm just going to put 3 dimensionals along there to support it. And I could use my Wink of Stella, which is the glitter brush, to make those look like they're sparkling wines and the like. Of course they could be apple juice and orange juice, couldn't they? I think I'm going to put this here, like so. There we go. Happy birthday. And then stamp this one. Same sentiment I'm going to go for, but I'm going to use that matching cherry cobbler ink. There it is. Just clean that off, ink it up. Oh my goodness, it's 8 o'clock already. There we go. Although I wasn't expecting to do 2 cards, so I don't feel quite as bad. So thank you for sticking with me this long. Let's have a look where this might go. I have got a tiny little print there. Or I could have it here. Might work nicely in there. I'm going to change the tops of these. I don't like this colouring. It's too orangey, I've decided. So I'm just going over. This is cinnamon cider. So this is a retired colour, but I use my pens until they run out. There we go. So what I might do, very indecisive tonight. That's going to go on the left, but I might actually just stamp it, and then we're done, I promise. There we go. Happy birthday. And there we are, finally done. Even my mobile phone's given up now, has run out of charge. So, if you're stuck with me, I appreciate it. So, here we have a whole trolley full of celebrations We've got cakes, we've got bottles, and we've got presents. And on this one we've got the trolley with bottles and the plant, and I've stamped the happy birthday actually on the card for that, and I've got the backing here. And then this one I've actually used one of the cards from our new card packs, and this has 5 cards, 5 envelopes. They're really pretty. If you want to extend these further, then what you can do is cut this in half and then mount that onto another card, so you could end up with 10, but we do have those lovely envelopes that go with them as well. So that's in the new catalogue. And there we go. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I did have a new kit arrive yesterday, so I do need to find some time to fit that in. And I'm also preparing all of the Class in the Box kits to go. So a busy old time. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I do hope you have a good weekend if I don't catch you before then. And do take care, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Bye for now.